Hi, so today I'm going to tell you about the Bay of Pigs event. By the end of this video, you should be able to answer the question, what were the effects of the Bay of Pigs event? All right, here we go. It all starts with a man named Fidel Castro. He was a communist revolutionary who led a revolution in Cuba and won in 1959. So since 1959, Cuba has been a communist country, and Castro was its leader. The United States was very unhappy about this turn of events. If you look at the map here, you can see Cuba is in our backyard. It's only 90 miles from the border of the United States, and now they're a communist country, which is the antithesis, which is a big word that means opposite of everything we stand for. Democracy is about freedom and voting for your leaders. Communism is about the government controlling everything. We're also very unhappy because Castro nationalized the businesses in Cuba. What that means is prior to the revolution, there were many American businesses down in Cuba. There were sugar refineries, banks, hotels. It was very close to the United States. Many people invested there. So Castro took all these businesses away from the American corporations, and the government now owned them, controlled them, and got the profits from them. So overnight, Cuba became communist and took away all the American business, which capitalism again is what Americans are all about as well. We like to make money, and we don't like when people take our businesses. So the Americans devised a plan. The CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, worked with counter-revolutionaries. During the Cuban Revolution, there were some people who were not behind Castro, and they got out of Cuba during the revolution. Many of them went to Miami, and the CIA is now going to train them and arm them so they can go back to Cuba and take down Castro and take back the government. That's the plan. So the plan was for 1,400 Cuban counter-revolutionaries, along with some American troops. They were going to land here at the Bay of Pigs, and the plan was that they would be met by other counter-revolutionaries that were already in Cuba. Okay, a group of 1,400 counter-revolutionaries, even with a few hundred Americans to back them up, is not enough to take down a government. Unfortunately, when they got to the Bay of Pigs, there were no other counter-revolutionaries waiting there for them. Oh well. Step one of the plan was to take over the little Cuban Air Force. The problem was Castro got word of this ahead of time, and when the counter-revolutionaries and the Americans landed at the Bay of Pigs, they were met by the Cuban army. Hundreds were killed, thousands were taken prisoner of war. The entire operation was a complete and total fiasco from the point of view of the United States. Castro, however, looked stronger than ever. Castro's leadership was solidified by this event and his actions. He also became closer allies with the Soviet Union, and another communist country. If you're learning about the Cold War, I'm sure you know this. And this event will also lead in about a year's time to a larger crisis, the Cuban Missile Crisis. So, what were the effects of the Bay of Pigs event? Did you say it was a failure for the United States? It strengthened Castro's position as communist leader. It strengthened the relationship between the Soviets and the Cubans, and it helped lead to the Cuban Missile Crisis. So the Bay of Pigs was a complete disaster from the American perspective, start to finish. Okay, now that you've listened to this video, you get a riddle. All right, let's see if you can figure this out. If you're American when you go into the bathroom and you're American when you come out of the bathroom, what are you when you're in the bathroom? Got the question? You're American when you come into the bathroom. You're American when you go out of the bathroom. What are you while you're in the bathroom? European. Get it? European. Okay, I know it's really corny, but I love this joke. All right, I hope you learned something. Thank you for listening.